Planning and financial consolidation and close users implement user-defined attributes to categorize dimensional members based on custom criteria. This enables dynamic filtering and helps refine calculations and reporting for more enhanced, granular analysis. In addition to simple attributes, Enterprise Data Management now provides complete support for attribute dimensions, enhancing your ability to describe, classify, navigate, and visualize data using custom hierarchies. You can define a full attribute dimension for all sparse-based dimensions when you register planning or financial consolidation and close applications, so that you can assign properties to nodes based on complex, custom attribute dimensional structures. With attribute dimensions, you can perform these key tasks. Define, model, and maintain attribute dimensions with very large numbers of values in custom hierarchies specific to your business. Simplify, classify, and filter your aggregation structures. Enhance your planning, reporting, and analytic capabilities to get more insight by leveraging custom data structures. And import and export attribute dimensions between planning, financial consolidation and close, and enterprise data management to synchronize your dimensional metadata. For example, you could extend your product category modeling beyond simple category attributes, like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, by defining an attribute dimension for product. This expands product categories into granular hierarchies in which, using Oracle as an example, infrastructure as a service could contain compute as a service and storage as a service. Platform as a service could contain identity and access management as a service and integration as a service. And software as a service could contain customer experience cloud and enterprise resource planning cloud. You'll perform these basic steps to use attribute dimensions. Configure the attribute dimension when you register a new application, or by modifying an existing registration to add dimensions. In the dedicated viewpoint that's created, import the attribute hierarchy to maintain, or modify the attribute dimension, adding nodes as necessary to define the required structure. Then in the base dimension associated with the attribute dimension, assign property values in the attribute dimension to nodes in requests. To get started, register a new application, or modify an existing registration. On Dimensions, click Add to create both a new base dimension and an associated attribute dimension, or click an existing dimension, then Next, and then Add. Select Attribute Dimension as the management style, enter a name, select the type of data, such as text or date, and then click Next until you can click Apply. Unlike a simple attribute, this creates a full dimension for the attribute dimension, like the memory dimension shown here, in its own dedicated viewpoint with its own data chain, ideal for independent modeling and maintenance. The attribute dimension viewpoint is included in the application's default view, and you can use it to manage the nodes in the attribute dimension. For example, this is the memory attribute dimension defined during registration for the product-based dimension. Also created are two node types, one for parent values and one for child values. A node data type property is also created that references the attribute dimension from the base dimension. Now, when you perform assignments in the base dimension, like the product dimension shown here, you can use the node selector to navigate the attribute dimensional hierarchy. For example, you could classify and model servers by tower type, memory size. You can also search to find member nodes by name. Note that you can apply only bottom-level nodes. You can also leverage your dimensional metadata, just as you would base dimensions, across planning modules, and financial consolidation and close business processes by importing and exporting attribute dimensions. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.